The race for the Student Government Association president and Atlanta executive vice president boils down to two candidates in both races, and one candidate faces allegations of paying for votes.
Plus, what are the dining halls planning to cook up? All that and more on Panther Report News. Hello and welcome to Panther Report News. I'm Cherie Pruitt.
And I'm Tyrik Wynn. We begin this week with allegations of SGA presidential candidate Anthony Jones buying votes in this election race. The claims were made by the SGA Newton campus executive vice president Ajarvi Patel, who claims that Jones sent her $100 to her bank account to pay for her vote. We sat down with Jones yesterday about these accusations, and this is what he had to say.
I have a screenshot here from the article itself stating Patel was unable to provide any further documentation in regard to the payment, including any bank statements or evidence. So when I went to the Election Commission originally, they said, oh yeah, we're going over the evidence, da 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 da. Nowhere in, because I was able to skim over the documents as well, nowhere in any of the evidence provided was there anything to even close of the terminology money equals votes, or I will do X for you, in return I expect Y.
The original reporting of the story claims that a friend of Jones sent $100 to Patel, but Jones told us that he had no idea where the money came from.
The screenshots that were sent in the chat were direct Venmo transactions, because there's no way, like I said previously, there's no way to directly send to someone's bank account without their routing or account number, and Ms. Patel did not provide me any of that information.
So where do you think the money came from?
I have no idea. There's a number of possibilities. She could have had someone else send her the money and have her transfer it. Like she said, she does share her account with her father. She could have, someone on her father's end could have put his card on their Venmo and then sent the money to his account and then have him transfer it. There's a number of possibilities, but none of them involve me.
In addition, Jones also said that the amount Patel reported to him in a conversation was actually $159.37.
The fact that it was a direct deposit and not a transfer should have alerted me that it was not me or any of the people that I work with. So it's just kind of, it's very fishy on her end how limited she was with the facts, because it's not like she does not have these same messages I have. I have the same screenshot saying that she received a direct deposit of $159.37. So the fact that she is saying, oh, he sent me $100, that's kind of a lie of omission on her part, just because you know that wasn't the amount, and you know that there's no way possible that I could have sent it.
When we reached out to Patel, she said that the amount is unrelated to the story. The screenshot may be real, but I don't think that the amount is the one that he sent me. I think that's actually the amount that my dad received from somebody else.
Because Patel is unable to provide a bank statement as further evidence, there is confusion on the amount. However, the Election Commission ultimately decided on Wednesday that Jones was in violation of the election code. But Jones is also critical of the Signal's reporting of the story, claiming that the word alleged was not used in the article.
So never was there any type of illicit or illegal activity being presented. And that's kind of how the bias of the article read to me, because nowhere in the article was alleged used, nowhere in the article was any type of information or language used to suggest that this might not be true. All of the language in the article was used to defame, as well as used to imply and compel students to agree with the Signal, saying that these are the facts and this is what we have.
For the record, the Signal's article did include the word allege several times, and for clarification, the first paragraph of the article reads, in an exclusive interview with the Signal Monday afternoon, sitting executive vice president Ajarvi Patel alleged that the presidential candidate Anthony Jones bribed her for her vote.
The Signal is also standing by their reporting. In a statement issued to Panther Report News, they say that they contacted Jones a comment on April 1st before the article's release. They also allowed Jones to comment after its publication. Jones also ran into another election violation code on Wednesday when the campaigning on the messaging application GroupMe. As a result of accumulating too many election complaints, the Election Commission decided that Jones has been disqualified from the election Thursday morning.
This story is currently developing, so stay with Panther Report News for more information. The runoff election results will be finalized Monday, so stay connected with Panther Report News for the latest.
Still, both candidates remained on the ballot Thursday, and to talk about the prospects of this election, we sat down with presidential candidate Jazmin Mejia about her plans if she wins the election.
If you are elected on the Student Government Association as president, what's the first thing that you plan to do?
Okay, so something that has been really bugging me in my last couple of years at Georgia State is financial aid. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do as soon as I hit office is that I want to email the financial aid director. If anything, I think the other day she stopped by my table because she saw my platform that was increased financial literacy. She is aware that we have a program, and then I'm aware that we have a program, and she is down to speak about it and then see what else I have to say about it, what other students want more out of it. So that will be the first thing that I do, is that I will email her, or I'll just go visit her office, and I'll be like, we need to make sure that this summer financial aid isn't continuing to backtrack people's money, because that affects students' careers and their pathways and even graduation times.
Panther Report News also offered an interview to Jones, but he was unable to meet due to a campaign suspension. Stay connected with Panther Report News to find out the latest election results this following Monday on our social media sites.
Moving on to local stage, Mayor Kiesha Lance Bottoms held a town hall with constituents, and many had concerns with the city of Atlanta's communication. I visited Atlanta Metropolitan State College to find out more.
Why is it people are asked to stand in long lines sometimes for a while and vote you guys into office, and when they have issues they can't speak with you, they are directed to an assistant that can't or won't help, and the issue can never get resolved, but our vote counts.
Citizens of Atlanta voiced their concerns to city officials at a town hall meeting. A concern among several was the communication with elected officials.
I reached out to your office on multiple occasions in writing, to which there was never a response. There's 7 whistleblowers in this room who all submitted questions, and none of our questions were answered regarding pay-to-play politics, county contracts, airport security, and predatory real estate practices.
One citizen brought a concern, and due to communication by the city, she asked the mayor to make an executive decision.
Ms. Darden, I will be happy to get more information from you, but I'm not going to make an executive decision in the 10 seconds that you're giving me to make it, no. But I'll be happy to talk further with you about it.
So when we call your office again,
Mayor Kiesha Lance Bottoms says the city will do their best to follow up with citizens regarding issues they are having in their community, and they will work to improve their customer service.
There was a lot of talk tonight about, your office with answering questions and getting back to people. Do you know how you guys are going to better, get back to people on their issues that they're having in their community?
So part of what we're doing with all of the question cards that we had this evening, we are working to make sure that we're following up with people to make sure their questions were answered. And it really is just about how we improve our customer service overall. We know that people have the opportunity to access 311 and send in questions, and they can do it with the 311 app, but it's a work in progress, and we want to make sure that we're responsive to people, and this is one way that we even have all of our departments represented, so people can go directly to the respective departments this evening and get answers to questions as well.
From the Atlanta Metropolitan State College, I'm Tyrik Wynn for Panther Report News.
The dining halls may be taking a new approach with the plan-based options on campus. Panther Report's Mya Grant has the latest on the development.
Students and student-led organizations are taking a stand on their meal plan.
Vegan and vegetarian students have voiced their opinions on the lack of plant-based options in the dining halls.
I'm vegetarian, and I always want there to be more options that are plant-based friendly for us to eat. It's healthier, makes me feel better.
Students like Melody Yates are working with the nutritionist office to help and suggest more ways to introduce varieties of plant-based foods.
I think we can find an option that the vegan students like, as well as people who aren't vegan or vegetarian vegetarian, so maybe that they choose more plant-based options in the future.
The Department of Nutrition has created more initiatives and campaigns to promote better options for students to choose from.
We started the Plant Powered Panthers campaign, where we surveyed some of student feedback on our current plant-based offerings and also hosted numerous events throughout the last 2 months to feature some of those plant-based food options. The burger taste test today and also some of those other plant-based options are the final part, and whatever the students picked today for the plant-based burger was going to be put on the menu.
With help from the nutritionist office, dining halls will be implementing more vegan and vegetarian options that students will actually enjoy. From Piedmont Central Dining Hall, I'm Mya Grant with Panther Report News.
Well, Georgia State sophomore Sarah Moore uses the rec center for more than just a healthy body. For Moore, the gym is a place of self-love. Reporter Kara Nelson has more on this student highlight.
I think self-love in all different forms is important for me. I express it in many different ways. Fitness is just one of them. I've always been very active. I've done sports since I was young, and I was seriously involved in gymnastics. Once I quit gymnastics, I would just get really insecure in the way of how I looked, to a place where it was affecting my mental health. I would see other people do it, and I would think to myself, that can never be me. I can never be happy with my body, or I can never be in a place to motivate other people. Finding the gym not only gave me a place to go and work on the body that I wanted, but it became a hobby of mine. And once you actually start the process and commit to it and see results, it makes you want to help other people because it's doable for them too. I started training legs a lot, and now I really probably prefer training back and upper body, but legs is always going to be a favorite because I can get really creative with what I do. It's something I actually enjoy doing. So I really like this one because it targets all areas of your legs. So it targets your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. It's also helping you work on your balance because you're balancing on one leg and you're on an elevated surface. It started out with me wanting to look good, and now it's incredibly important for my mental health more than it is how I look physically. I know it sounds really cliche, but this is my happy place.
Many are not aware that March is National Athletic Training Month. So not only in honor of this month, but also her beliefs, Moore promotes all different body shapes and sizes. She says do what you want to do to make you feel comfortable in your own skin. In Atlanta, I'm Kara Nelson. Ready, Sarah? Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Well, that's our show.
Make sure you stay connected to Panther Report News throughout the week. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at GSU PRN.
Also, subscribe down below and please let us know what you think in the comments. I'm Cherie Pruitt.
And I'm Tyrik Wynn, and we'll see you next week.